Hi everyone, hope you well. This is CHILIZ CHZ. Just going to dive into CHILIZ. Once again, thank you for your continued support across the channel here. Sharing is caring. Really do appreciate everything you do. Honestly, if I could meet you in the street, I'd buy you a beer. Thank you for contributing towards the growth of CHILIZ CHZ here. Okay, it's been a tremendous ride that we're all on, and it's great. Long may it continue. I do anticipate that the bull run will come towards sort of fruition towards the end of September, October there. And hopefully, you know, it's a wild ride, and it continues to be a wild ride. It's all good, it's all golden. Okay, so I hope you had a really good weekend. I hope you have a really good week moving forward. Yeah, diving into CHILIZ right now, so you can see that we've kind of got this recovery, okay, and it's looking pretty healthy. We've broken a key level of resistance at the moment, and we started to move up. I think I did outline this in a video the other day. If you was to break this level of resistance, you would see more upside, okay, because that's what it is. When you come down, you create a level of support down here, and you come back up, and as long as you're adhering to this level of resistance and testing it as resistance, as long as you get through it and start to back test as support, then you do see a recovery, and you do have a target out of there. There's multiple targets within this, okay. There's actually, like, I can show you right now, just a level of education. What you've got, obviously you've got this ascending triangle, okay, so you've got that sort of pattern that was being formed. Then you've got the W double bottom, just like this, the double bottom, okay, and then you've also got another little pattern in here, which is not very pretty, but it's basically this. It's called a cup and handle, okay, so it goes up like that, and you've got your handle that's come down, and what you've created a neckline, which is a support line, okay, of the resistance line of this cup and handle, and when you break it, you also have a breakout target as well. So there's multiple sort of targets within this. So you've got this target there, the cup and handle, so you've got a 12% upside once you break that key level of resistance right there. So you could see CHILIZ pump roughly 12%, which is that line there that we've drew in there, which was a neckline of the inverse of the head and shoulders pattern. Do you remember that? I was anticipating that we would break down further, to be honest with you, because we're looking at a deeper correction off his head and shoulders. We did get that correction down. We had that wick down. I did anticipate it would come down just a little bit lower, but we've not actually come down that low. So hopefully that is it. The correction's over, and we started to march onwards and upwards, and we're forming these high lows, and we started to march and breach through all these levels of resistance right now. So you've got this little pump on the go here for CHILIZ. I did say that with this level of resistance get beaten, do look for more upside, okay. So what you do need to see a confirmation to that fact, because it still could get something called a throwback. So you've basically come up, look at the wick down there, you see that wick down, you got the throwback. So basically the selling pressure come in, and you've actually, at the moment, you're sitting above it, but you've got 29 minutes to go. What you need to see is some closes above it, just like what I said to you, because that's confirmation of the support. So resistance becomes resistance, back test becomes support, golden for continuation. So that's where you sort of execute your trade, so to speak. So right now you could see if it does close above this particular level of resistance right now and back to set of support, which right now it's currently doing really well, to be fair. It's got 29 minutes left. This is 4 hourly time frame, so you need to see it march on. But what you want to do see is get back above this red line, which is 55 EMA, back test that support, march on and get this recovery right now, because look how overextended these EMAs are. Just like I said to you, look, it's the same thing going down as it is going up, okay. Always remember that when you start to see a big gap between the yellow line and the red line, that's always indicative of a reversal. In either way, when you're going up, look, big gap, look for the reversal. You're going down, look, big gap, look for the reversal. It's called extended EMAs, and it's a signal from CHILIZ CHZ, especially for you to take note of, okay. No other YouTubers telling you all this information. I don't know why, but they're not. It's just something I've observed over all the years of looking at charts. So basically, when you start to see these overextended, just like we targeted yesterday in Bitcoin, we're looking at Bitcoin saying it's really the gap in Bitcoin was ridiculous. And I said that potentially, you know, it's not going to carry out that correction down to that falling wedge. You're going to look at that break, and lo and behold, it's came. So that's great. That's golden. So right now, providing CHILIZ can close above this resistance line at 0.43 and march on, you're looking for a nice recovery here. And from here, we can actually lay down a future price prediction. So what we've got, using the Fibonacci retracement tool right now, you can see we've topped out and we've come down in this corrective wave from this previous top here, this local top. Do you see that? So what we've done, come down like this. So what you can do is go from the bottom to the top, just like that, and you can see right now what you're doing, you're coming up against levels of resistance as you're retracing to this local high just here, okay. And that's exactly what's happening. You're coming up against resistance. So just move all this out of the way. So right now you can see that CHILIZ from this bottom here, it's starting to march on, okay. It's starting to march on in this new impulsive wave. But as you're going to come up, you're going to run into level of resistance. Obviously the EMAs is one, this 55 EMA, that's going to be a major one that you do need to get through. And then obviously this resistance line of the head and shoulders pattern, which is our target out of this cup and handle. Do you see that? But if it continues to march on, I would expect it to sort of hit these levels of resistance. Okay, if you start to get through this particular level here, so you start to get CHILIZ march on and get towards 058, you're looking at a full retracement to this high here, okay, because that's a ticket to Mars. That's a golden ratio. That's a ticket. Once you get through that, you're looking really, really good and really solid for continuation, basically, and a retracement. So do keep an eye on that. But the most important level to keep an eye on is this particular level here, because that always acts as a really, really strong level of resistance when you're starting to come back up. Okay, so say you do get through this particular level there, this 0382, which is at 46 cents, you go up and meet our target. Okay, that's our target. Do you remember off the cup and handle? So that's the target, and if you meet that, do expect to sort of hit your head there and fall back, potentially down to this level here. So that's basically CHILIZ, a bit in and out trading right now. What you do need to see for CHILIZ is it does need to hold this particular level right here as support. It can't afford to start rolling back down, because that would be called something called a throwback. Start to roll back down, and obviously it's going to just put more pressure on you to come down, because you are still in a downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame. Do you see this? Because you're under the EMAs. This is what I said to you. You get back above that level, back test that 0382, take out and get to our target, you're getting through that red line. You're getting through that red line, which is 55, potentially get through it, back to support, confidence of the fact you're marching on, because what happens is when you get through that red line, as you can see, you start to back test it as support, it pushes you on and pushes you on, and that's where you start to come up to that 0618 and start to get that full retracement up to that high there, and that from here is a whopping recovery. Okay, that's a whopping recovery for CHILIZ, because off that bottom, if you was buying that bottom down there, which we did actually give to you in the channel as well, okay, because like I said to you, when things break down, what do? They rest on previous swing highs. So we gave that signal to you in the channel just there as a level of support for you to actually get involved and put some cheeky bids in, because that's what you always do. When things break down, you just look at the previous highs, and that's where you put the bids in, because that's where you find the levels of support, and that's where you find the bounce. So let's say CHILIZ now goes on to make this full recovery up to there. That's a whopping 159%, but right now if you'd have took that trade on, you're up 40%. So that's good. That's CHILIZ, onwards and upwards, and hopefully we can continue with this recovery for CHILIZ. But like I said to you, you do need to start seeing it close above 043 and backtest that as support, because that's been resistance for a long time now. Backtest it as support, march on, backtest this 55, okay, on the 4-hourly time frame, start to make some progression and start to take out these resistance levels for CHILIZ. But so far so good. Hopefully it continues. That's today's update on CHILIZ. I'll be back tomorrow with another update. Stay strong, stay safe, and stay tuned, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.